Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mrs. Beckwith?
Here.
Mrs. Nash?
Here.
Mrs. Skeeta?
Yes.
Mrs. Sintik?
Yes.
Mrs. Swanger?
Here.
And Mr. Simones?
Here. Okay, let's stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Business.
Unfortunately, I do have something to give to Cecilia. This letter says, Cecilia, please read this letter out loud at the August 11th meeting. Thanks, David Draves. You can pass that down.
Okay. Do you want me to go ahead and read that? To the village, council, and citizens of Rock Creek, please accept this letter as formal notification that I am resigning from my position as mayor of the village of Rock Creek, Ohio, effective immediately. Following the recent discovery of a critical medical issue, my physician has strongly advised me to step down from my official duties. Continuing in this demanding role would severely hinder my health and well-being. Out of respect for the office and the residents of our community, I believe it is best to focus entirely on my recovery so that the village can be led by someone who can dedicate the necessary time and energy to the position. It has been an honor to serve the people of Rock Creek, and I wish the village continued success in the future. Due to strict medical directives from my physician, I must immediately discontinue all official association and involvement with village administration, leading the transition of duties entirely to the President Pro Tem and Village Council. Thank you for your understanding, support, and dedication to our community during my time in office. Sincerely, David Draves, Mayor, Village of Rock Creek. So, if I might, Mr. President Pro Tem, I'm sure all of us will pray for Mr. Draves' recovery and health.
Okay, back to new business.
Yes. So before we get started, I do have a concern, I'm sorry, to raise about this meeting. I would like to move to postpone the consideration of the salt bids or any action related thereto per ORC 731.44. Special meeting of council may be called by the mayor upon request of three council members. Village administrator is not a member of the legislative authority and is not authorized to call a special meeting. To ensure compliance with Ohio law and to protect the validity of council's actions, I recommend postponing discussion of the salt bins matter until a special meeting is properly called, proceeding despite concerns regarding validity of the meeting could subject any decisions or actions taken by council to legal challenge. Thank you.
Can I have a copy of that?
Sure, you don't want my handwritten one, it's pretty bad. Sure. And I do have a copy of the 731.44 if anybody wants a copy of that. We have to make some copies, so.
731.44
Yeah.
of the Ohio Revised Code
Yeah. Judge election
and qualifications.
members.
Okay.
And there was another one.
Be the judge of elections and qualifications of its members.
Also 731.46. That's the relevance on it that I was concerned about. So I wanted to make sure to raise that concern so that we weren't putting ourselves in jeopardy.
Okay, so 73144, the legislative authority of a municipal corporation shall be the judge of the election and qualification of its members. A majority of all the members elected shall be a quorum, but a less number may adjourn from day to day and compel attendance of absent members in such manner and under such penalties as are prescribed by ordinance. The legislative authority shall provide rules for the manner of calling special meetings. So that's for 4, for 6. is meetings and legislative authority. The legislative authority of a municipal corporation shall not be required to hold more than one regular meeting in each week. The meetings may be held at such time and place as is prescribed by ordinance and shall at all times be open to the public. The mayor or any 3 members of the legislative authority may call special meetings upon at least 12 hours' notice to each member served personally or left at his usual place of residence. So were there any 3 members of the legislative authority that wanted a special meeting for the salt pits?
I did.
That was not in the email. The email that came out said that Chloe requested the meeting. So there was nothing to indicate that there was any council members that requested it.
But if Chloe requests it and 3 council members say, yes, let's have a special meeting, then the 3 council members have requested
So
a
they can do
special
it after the fact and not at the time or beforehand. So there's no record. My question is, there's no record that they did.
We wouldn't have known that we needed one without her.
Right, but the meeting came from the administrator and not council.
But we
So
wouldn't
it
have
should-
known we needed one without her
The
saying.
meeting request should still come from council or the mayor.
No.
That is what I'm reading in the legislation. About the legislative body.
It says may call special meetings, not request special meetings. So the the village administrator requested a special meeting. There was an for those of you who weren't on the email chain, there was an email set out asking, can we have a special meeting about salt bins? I don't recall any village council member saying, no, it's not necessary, or no, let's not have it. There was discussion about the day and time among the council members.
And me.
And me.
And
Yes.
Dave.
And Dave, and the mayor. And then the meeting was set and notice was given.
It just seemed like it didn't meet the rules prior of who's actually asking for the meeting. That was my concern. And that's my concern, to open this up for any legal
So when we have
challenges.
an email, says, good afternoon, everyone, Chloe wants to have a special meeting to discuss salt and where to put it this year. Well, Friday morning at 9 a.m. work for everybody. And then I think I was the first one that said I was available. And then there was another one that said, more discussion. So is that
Yes.
what we need?
Yes, ma'am. And those email chains around to everybody technically are public meetings. So, I mean, they're public records because it's a reply all sort of thing. So, but yeah, at that point, if people didn't want the special meeting or didn't agree that there should be a special meeting, that would be the point at which to say it. I think there's a difference between requesting and calling a special meeting. You can anybody can request a meeting or a topic, but to call the meeting requires the mayor or council, and there's a difference between the two.
So all of us saying
Yes,
the
ma'am.
time is
Right, that would have been the opportunity to,
covering us by law. I
yes,
guess.
ma'am, by acquiescing.
Okay. As long as we're covered. That's the important part.
Anything else?
No, thank you. Not me.
New business?
Okay, so as we've been discussing the last few months, our current salt bins are definitely a safety concern. And now that it's this late in the year, the contractor, even if we agreed on a place to put the new ones, we couldn't get on the schedule this year. And if we want salt this winter for our roads, the only place we can put them is where they are now. So we would have to tear down the old ones and put up temporary bins. That's because this is, yes, and that's what the printout is. So because EPA regulations required a cement pad. But since ours are already there, that is the only place they will allow a temporary one to exist. So this is the only option we have if we want salt this year.
It has a cement pad the same size as your.
No, that's why the only place we can put them is where they are now. Because they'd be a temporary solution for when we figure out a permanent structure. So since there's already been salt there, we've already talked to them about the salt being there, that's the only place it
So
could
is it
go.
we're grandfathered?
Yeah, pretty much. So it meets all the other requirements, just,
So what is this?
I'm not sure.
Like,
But, yeah, I think so. I think it's just like metal stakes and it's just a, basically just covers it. It's big enough to cover salt or whatever. You know,
what's the lifespan?
I think they said like 10 years. So we could reuse it for a while. For any number of things.
So it can be torn down and moved.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, easily, yes. So it wouldn't have to stay there and we could use it for other purposes.
You probably have to order salt right away, don't you?
Yeah.
Pretty quickly?
Yeah, it's better to do it as quick as possible because
That's-
there's a lot of
Yeah.
people.
I just
that
read
need
on the
it.
news last year, they talked about how hard it was to get
Yeah,
salt.
so the sooner you get it, the better.
And these are made to order.
So it takes a few weeks to get in.
Take how long?
A few weeks, they told us, so, like I said, it has to be made.
Is there a room at like maybe township, have this room, put some salt for us?
We probably have the same
Co-op.
problem again, though.
No,
You tell them what they've got,
they have enough for their salt, for their road.
Right.
So this says PVC, does that mean that?
I think the
it's much
The
different.
Schreier is a heavy duty piece of
the
PVC.
tarper cover is also.
Like the
Frame.
Yeah.
Frame.
No, the frame is, steel, I think.
Yeah,
And then
I think
the
it's
cover,
the cover is steel.
yes.
we don't have like anything that says what it is.
No, we don't. I didn't want to print out the whole 20-page thing. It's a temporary structure, it has a 10-year warranty, yes, has a 10-year warranty. It's heavy-duty PVC,
Who erects it?
We would.
Is that like void any warranty if we do it?
no, that's how they're designed.
Well, this is the best solution to the situation we're in, yes.
If we want salt, unfortunately.
Mr. President, does then get this, would the village still be looking at moving the permanent structure? Or at least at other options, or what's,
I think we
would the long-term plan be?
We need to-
because that's,
Yeah, I think,
I don't believe 10 years.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
This
yeah,
is just,
this-
this idea was for temporary.
Yeah, just to get
Get
us
us
through.
through this winter. And probably figure other things out. But this is, I mean, we need salt, We're August, we're almost in the middle of August. So we have to do this
Yeah, we usually have
quickly.
salt order.
Mhm.
So I will tell you that I emailed, Mr. O'Brien, Judge O'Brien, CC'd Mayor Draves on the email and just kind of asked generally, is there anything we can do to work this out? And there were some very broad discussions, but nothing. I said, I don't have the authority to do anything. So I'm not making any promises. But one of the things I did mention to him was the possibility that we would have to do something there for this year. He didn't say yes or no, but he did say that if it's a one-year thing, it would help if that was in writing. He didn't say that his clients would agree to that, but he did indicate that it might be more palatable if it were in writing.
We're just saying that this is our,
This is a one-year plan.
just for.
Well, we get resolutions. And he did not say they would agree to that. He did not. But that was his.
We don't have salt at all. We're
I understand.
looking at major lawsuits if somebody was
Yeah. No, I get it.
That's my concern.
I'm just
Well, my
letting you
concern is
know.
people's safety.
Oh, absolutely.
So you had stated that we can't use the area over near the sewer plant. Do we have anything besides the general guidelines that EPA puts out that they have come out and given us to say that they've surveyed the whole area and there's nothing that can be done?
I've talked to them pretty much every time they came to the sewer plant and asked them about it, and they said that we couldn't have the salt there. Also, we don't have the room.
I'm saying you don't have the room there either.
Well, I think
This is the
it seems
quickest,
like we could
easiest
arrange,
thing to
but-
get done.
Well, and without a new concrete
That's,
pad.
I mean, the pad is the biggest problem.
Well, okay.
So we don't have a place and we don't have a pad. We have this.
Yeah, we have to put it where the salt parking
What's the lead
is.
time?
It takes a few weeks to get in.
Yeah, so there would be time for a concrete pad if we needed to probably, but it's location. That's the-
We call
that's the
contractors are all back up
That's the
right now. With anything outside. Well, should we vote on this?
I think you need to vote on if you're gonna, well, where you're gonna put it, and then if you purchase it.
Okay, well, we're gonna put it where the old bin is at.
Yep.
And there's the purchase price, it's $3,634.48. Yes.
Well, who would tear down the old one?
We called today, a roll-off would be $550. And then the supports and anchors for this probably would be about $200, bringing the cost to $4384.48, roughly.
Is there shipping?
I am not quite sure, I don't think so. We didn't go into a whole lot of detail. There should be a 10% off on this, which probably would cover shipping if it were there. So,
Well, I assume we have something in writing saying we're safe on this, right, other than issues.
I could get it.
I would think it'd be safe.
Yeah, I mean,
They have it.
we've talked to them quite a few times over it, but I could get it.
Yeah.
Ready.
Having it in writing would probably be.
Well, we have to have salt. So,
We might have asked Dave several times to reach out to other entities and he didn't, so.
All right, I'll make a motion that we purchase these temporary shelters for our salt bins for at least 1 year.
Is there-
Mrs. Beckwith,
Yes.
Mrs. Swanger, Mr. Simones,
yes.
Mrs. Sintek,
Abstain.
Mrs. Skeeta,
I don't know if I can vote.
Right.
Mrs. Nash.
Yeah.
That it?
That's it, right? So this is what we're going with. We can make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Is it-
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
How did we end up canceling our workshop anyway?